Hey guys, it's your girl Agent Monique back again with another video. Y'all already know how that goes. And today I'm a little bit in a rush, guys, because I have to meet my friends for brunch in an hour, but y'all already know we have to get this video in. So yeah, today guys, we're going to be talking about business, and I'm going to be talking to you about the process of getting your business funded. So this is after you guys already have your documents, you already have your EIN, you already have a business stabilized. Like, this is going to be the process of actually speaking to an outside lender now and really getting things going. So watch my other videos if you haven't already, and if you're still wondering how to get funding for your business, where to start, what to do, and also if you really need help, book me down below at Laser Capital Consulting. I give you guys one-on-one courses of how to get business funding, where to start, what websites to go on, what to do in the process, all that shebang. So again, if you're a business owner and you're looking for funding, this video is definitely for you. And if you have questions afterwards, click the link down below and book with your girl. All right, so I just want to jump right into it, y'all. Step number one is qualifying. So basically what you're gonna do is go online and look up funding companies. Some of you might have heard of Headway, Blue Vine, Capitus, things of that sort. So go online and actually apply with a vendor, like send in your application and look at the requirements. Typically you have to be in business for at least 6 months for anyone to fund you, but a lot of companies like to see that you're in business for a year, like to see that you're actually, you know, kind of stabilized in a way. You've been in this for a year, you don't immediately need money. So yeah, they like to see 1 year at least. And you must have a business account. This is one that I will stress every single time we talk about business. No one is funding your personal account if you do not have a business account. Why are you looking for money? Right. So you have to have a business account and fill out an application. Those are typically online. And make sure you have bank statements as well, because outside lenders are 9 times out of 10 going to ask for your business bank statements. All right. Next, after you applied, a representative from that company will reach out to you, typically within the same day or the next day, and just introduce themselves and really get to know you and your business. They're going to ask you, you know, qualifying questions like, what do you need the money for? Anything that you didn't include on the application already, like they're there to collect any missing information that they might need, or just to confirm that, you know, things are correct, as in like your address, your social security number, your mailing address, things of that sort. They want to make sure everything is right, so you know there's no back and forth or misunderstanding. They're definitely going to ask you how much you're looking for, like I said, what you're planning on doing with your money, and they're going to ask you if you have any loans under your business already. A lot of people like to lie and say they don't, and fail to realize that you're literally giving them your bank statement, so they will see that you have loans right away. So it's better to be upfront and honest, because as I said before, some of these lenders, a majority of these lenders are still willing to work with you. So be straight up, let them know what they're getting into, let them know what they're dealing with, and move forward with that. You know, if they deny you right away, if you have too many loans out, on to the next lender, because there's gonna be someone that's gonna be willing to consolidate your 4 or 5 loans. So literally on to the next. And those are business loans I'm talking about. Personal loans do not matter. We're strictly talking about loans under the business name. Next, once they collect all the information they need from you, your file goes into processing. So typically, they'll probably tell you it's going to take a few hours, which it does, but somebody will probably get back to you later that day or maybe the following day. Now, if 2 and 3 and 4 days go by and you're not hearing anything from anybody, you're more than likely just not qualified and not getting funding. A good representative will keep you in a loop and probably send you updates, text messages, or maybe call you and let you know, like, your file looks good. It's just going to be an underwriting with the underwriters for a little while longer. But yeah, typically it should take about a day for you to start hearing back. So during this underwriting process, they do a business analysis, a financial analysis using your bank statements. They look at your business credit history, they look at personal credit, and they're definitely talking to like other lenders and seeing your history with other loans if you've had them in the past. So essentially they're just doing their due diligence on your business. I mentioned this before. Yes, lenders do talk. If you have defaulted on a loan in the past, or if you've modified payments on a loan in the past, that's going to be on your business history. Like, lenders talk and they will find it out. And just when you get a little deeper into the process, like, those are things that just don't go over anyone's head. Like, that's a big red flag in the lending industry. So if you ever had a loan that you just didn't do too well with in the past, unfortunately that sticks with you and that stays on your business for a very long time. They don't take that lightly. And doing this will definitely help them, you know, decide if you're high risk or not, and how much they're able to lend you and what your rate is going to be. They're also looking at your negative days, overdrafts, end of the month balances. All of that matters. They're looking at your true revenue. True revenue is the money that your business is actually bringing in. Like, besides the money that, you know, you might be transferring from a personal account, like, they're looking at where the money is actually coming from, looking at if it's client accounts, if it's your customers, if they're just looking at where these transactions are coming from. most of the time, if the money is just being transferred from a personal account or, you know, something that just doesn't look legitimate, they'll definitely ask you about that to just see where your main source of income is coming from if they need that clarification. And again, transactions are big, so make sure your business expenses and your personal expenses are just kept separate. Business expenses stay in your business account. All right, don't go to the strip club buying Taco Bell every 7 days on the business account. It don't work like that. Don't do it. Just keep it in the personal. And they're gonna confirm your percentage of ownership. So for example, if you are not at least 50% owner of the business, then you need to get your partner involved. As in, like, maybe they'll just have to sign the contract. They'll probably not have to like get on the phone to speak to the underwriter or anything like that. Like, you can take care of that. But if you hold 49% of ownership over the business, then the underwriters are definitely going to ask, like, who has 51%? I need their information. I need their birthday, address, and whatnot. Like, that's just stuff that is going to be asked. So after it's gone through processing, this is where they decide what your approval rate and your terms and everything is going to be, the amount, all those good things. Typically it'll be an underwriter who will give you a call and let you know, like, this is going to be your rate, this is, you know, the most that you're approved for, and just give you the whole rundown. If it's over like a couple months, a couple years, like, they're literally just going to give you the details. And guys, whatever they tell you is not set in stone. This is not typical banks that you're going to. So don't be afraid to negotiate. Don't be afraid to ask for more money. You can take less. You're always more than welcome to take less. But if you're looking for a little bit more, let's say you got approved for $5,000 and you need $7,000, like, just ask for it. You know, they want to get that sale at the end of the day, so they're willing to work with you, especially on the rate and your terms. A lot of these loans will probably be maybe 2 years or less, especially if you're a smaller business and just going for like something quick. But if you need an extension, let's say they gave you like a 12-month loan. If you need an extension and want to push that out to maybe 14 months, as long as your business is in good standing, then they will be willing to work with you. Okay, I'm not saying that you're going to ask for 2 years after you were only approved for 2 months. It doesn't work like that. But if it's realistic, they will work with you. Same with the rate. Like, don't be afraid to take your time and get back to them. Not too long, because then they won't take you serious and it's just a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. But as far as the rate, let them know, like, this is too expensive. I can't afford that. Can we drop it down a few dollars? Can I get a weekly payment instead of a daily payment? Like, sometimes you just have to ask, speak up, because if you're going for a loan for the first time with a private lender or an outside lender, a lot of times they'll give you a daily payment. Who wants to have a daily payment, even if you can't afford it? So again, open your mouth, ask them if you can qualify for a weekly, for a bi-weekly, and just see what they say. You know, work with them, because they work with you. At the end of the day, they're trying to get that sale. They need your business. And again, you don't have to sign the same day that the underwriter gives you your rates and terms and everything. You definitely can, especially if you're in need for funds ASAP and looking to get your money that day or the next day. You can definitely sign right away. But, you know, feel free to take your time, look over the contract, make sure things work for you, because at the end of the day, it is a business loan and it's going to affect your business, especially if you are on a weekly payment, a daily payment. So make sure you can afford this loan. That's the biggest thing. And keep in mind that these loans, these offers do expire, okay? So do not take forever to think about whether you want to do it or not, because the next week, the next month, things will be different. Your terms might not be the same. Rates might be higher, because business is literally changing, like, on a daily basis. Like, the rules are always changing, so yeah, I gotta keep up. All right, next is you agreeing to the terms. So once you already looked over your contract, you agree to the terms, everything sounds good, they'll send you a contract. It's going to be a DocuSign. You know, all your terms are going to be on there, your rates, everything of that sort, everything you need. And make sure y'all are viewing this damn contract. Okay, y'all don't know the amount of times that I've sent someone a contract and they literally signed it in like 5 minutes, and then a week later they're calling me like, oh, Alasia, I didn't know this, I didn't know that, I wasn't aware. It's like, it's on your damn contract. Why are you not reading it? Why are y'all just signing your lives away and not even know what you're signing up for? Okay, I understand that you need the money and sometimes you get real desperate and it's like, I gotta do what I gotta do right now in this moment, but why are you signing contracts with banks, with lenders, with anyone and not reading the contract? Like, make it make sense, especially if you're a business owner. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how some people are even able to run they shit, because it don't be making any sense, y'all, at all. But yeah, once you're in this process of signing your contract and you agree to the terms, typically they'll only ask you for your driver's license, so a form of ID, and a business voided check. But in some cases they might ask you for like your EIN letter, proof of ownership, or maybe a tax return. Especially if you're going for a higher dollar amount, then they might ask for a few more documents, but it's nothing abnormal. Like, it's literally all things that you should have on file, so you should be good to go there, as long as you keep your paperwork in order. After that, once you've signed your contract and sent in whatever additional documents that they may need, then your file goes into final underwriting. So basically the underwriters are just going to review the file, make sure everything adds up, make sure you are who you say you are, your ID looks right, your EIN looks right. They're just making sure everything is correct, and they're definitely making sure that all your documents are up to date. A lot of times underwriters definitely will kill your deal if your driver's license is expired. Even if you have documents on the way to renew it, your deal might fall through. So make sure you have all your documents and they're all up to date, and make sure your taxes are filed, because they might need a tax return. So just make sure you have all your stuff in order. And again, they're making sure the right person signs the contract. So if you're in a partnership and you own 49% of the business and your partner owns 51%, they're going to need that 51% to sign off. Okay, like at that point you don't necessarily have to sign, again, because if you're not more than 50% ownership, then it really doesn't matter who owns less of the business, but they need the correct person to be signing off on that document. Once all your paperwork is done, you're not in the clear just yet. There's one more crucial step, and this is the funding call. Okay, this is where underwriters will call you, introduce themselves, ask about you, ask about your business. And guys, you don't know the amount of times that I've seen deals fall through simply because the funding call went bad. Like, the documents could have lined up, your business could have checked out, great credit, everything, but if you do not do well on that funding call, then the only advice that I have when it comes to talking to an underwriter on your funding call is just to keep it short and sweet. Like, do not mention anything negative about your business, because that'll raise red flags. They'll do more digging than they ever had to, and things will just not go well for you. So literally, when you're on a phone, let them know, like, this is what I'm going to use the funds for. They're going to go over your rates and terms, make sure you know everything before, they send the funds. So they're basically just wrapping everything up with you, confirming, again, you are who you say you are. This is what it is, and, good luck with your funding. Again, don't say anything negative about your business. If you have big projects coming up and, like, your business is about to go underground, do not mention that to the underwriter. You don't have to say any of that. Just keep it short, sweet, and simple, okay? And do not bring up any additional topics. If they do not ask you, do not bring it up, okay? Just say okay, say yes, this is great, thank you for the funds, and that's it. Keep it simple. And lastly, the part we've all been waiting for is funding. Getting funded, funding. Yeah, anyways. Typically, you're able to get funding like the next day or the next 2 days after you applied for a loan, if everything goes well, if it's smooth. But if you're a bigger account, if you're a bigger business, of course it's gonna probably take like maybe a week or maybe even 2 weeks for you to get funding. But since majority of you guys watching are probably like smaller business owners, medium-sized business owners, you're gonna get funding fairly faster. So yeah, after you're done with your funding call, everything goes well, everything checks out, then you should get funds within the same day, depending on what time it is. So funding cutoff time is usually around 4 p.m. because banks close at 5, as you guys all know, and you'll probably just have to wait till the next morning. But yeah, typically if your funding call goes good, maybe at 10 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna get your funds within the next few hours. So same day funding, or you're gonna wait till the next day if you had your funding call a little later that day. And the last thing I have to say to you guys is enjoy your funds, make sure you have a plan for it, and make sure you pay it back, okay? That is the biggest thing. Even if you plan on taking your funds to the strip club, make sure you pay it back, okay? Just do what you gotta do to make sure that lender has their money back, and make sure they're not putting any red flags on your business credit, on your personal credit. Just make sure you have your ducks in a row, okay? And that is all. Anyways, y'all, thank you for tuning in for today's video. I haven't done a business video in a minute. I think next time I want to talk to you guys about what to say on the phone with an underwriter. I want to go a little bit more into detail about that. So that'll probably be our next business video. But yeah, y'all already know how it goes. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, both at Elijah Monique. If you need any more advice, any further questions, and just want to talk to me when it comes to business funding or setting big image, you guys can definitely, like I said, book me below. These are free one-on-one courses, and I will talk to you directly, give you all my advice. I've worked for lenders in the past, so I definitely know behind the scenes and how it goes. Thank you guys for watching so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.